I done really stepped in it this time. I can tell because everybody turned against me. Them streets is dangerous for me. So many motherfuckers came at me, I had to check myself and see what the fuck I had done. I went back and watched shit for myself. I went and saw the Shannon Sharpe interview. I was flabbergasted. This nigga's vicious. He didn't have to say all that. All they want me to do is shut the fuck up. That's it. But I was just mistaken. I thought they was just gonna laugh it off. They did not laugh it off. I can't even go to SeaWorld because I said one guy looked like a walrus. Now they won't even let me in there. I said another guy couldn't read. I didn't have to say that. I could have said he don't read well. I had on a fuck you shirt. He didn't acknowledge it. I assumed he couldn't read. I was only talking about a couple people, but I should have shut the fuck up because I didn't know how many people it applied to. I was talking about a couple men in dresses. Now, every man that ever wore a dress can't stand my guts. Soon as they see me coming, they just grab their purse and walk the other. This shit cost me. Everybody turned against me. Even 50 Cent turned against me. You don't want him as an enemy. But I couldn't be shook, because I remembered I never done nothing to him in my life. Then I got offended. Wait a minute, motherfucker. You got a head like a square. You would cross me? Only two square-headed men have made it in Hollywood. You and Herman Monster, nigga. I will not be bullied. But they came after you, boy. I thought they misunderstood my job. My job is see something, say something. That's my motherfucking job. They always taking my shit out of context. A lot of the times I be concerned. They act like I was talking shit about a comedy legend of ours. I wasn't talking shit, I was fucking concerned. The man said he did not have a stroke, and then that should have been the end of it. And instead, they made this nigga do 32 interviews. In every interview, he is showing every symptom of a stroke. Ain't nobody saying shit. They just, come on out.
Different strokes it takes, different strokes it takes, different strokes to move the world. Yes, it does, it takes different strokes to move the world.
And I'm at the house like, this is wrong. The fuck is we talking about? Did he have a stroke? Did he? Looked like he had several strokes. Up stroke, down stroke, back stroke. Everything but a stroke of luck. I was concerned. I'm not allowed to say shit, even if I see shit. Because Hollywood is too motherfucking strong. They want you to make it, you gonna make it. They don't give a fuck. Even if you was allegedly riddled with herpes, they'll still have you in Vegas feeding bitches fruit and shit. Just.
I done said too much. I get it.
Ain't nobody finna say shit. All our women coming back from Vegas with 2 bumps on their lip don't wanna fuck. Fuck it. Fellas, your woman does not love fruit like that. You don't believe me? When y'all get back home, just pop up from behind the couch. Stop playing with the fruit, Gerald. That's the kid's lunch fruit. But I just gotta shut the fuck up. Because Hollywood is too strong. They play by their own rules. They don't play by my rules. Meanwhile, they tried to give me the same 4 years for 2 blunts I had no intention of smoking in the first place. They were purely ornamental. Same 4 years. Because they play by different rules. That man was facing ass trafficking charges. For trafficking ass. Why they only gave him 4 years? Because liking dick and being a devil worshiper ain't against the law. They heard prostitution and thought there was some vaginas that needed to be saved. The judge said, bring out the 9 prostitutes. And 9 big dick niggas walked out. Judge said, order, he's fine, give him 4 years.
It's not a crime, he just likes penis.
That's the last thing I'm gonna say. I ain't talking about shit else. Just know sometimes my heart be in the motherfucking right place and I just get tricked. Sometimes I believe shit that ain't right. Like I thought Mike Tyson was gonna whoop the shit out that young white gentleman. I believed that shit. I had a party, invited my ancestors over and everything. Had chips and dip and unnecessary regalia. I just want to see Mike Tyson, the beast, the monster, in the motherfucking ring again. I knew early in the evening something was wrong. I had to put my blunt out for only the 4th time without the police's presence. I looked up, Mike had his whole ass out. I said, pay-per-view, not only fans, bitch. You don't have my consent to show me this. The fight hadn't even started. I had to put my money on this nigga. I had to rationalize for him. I said some stupid shit. I said, I know he ain't finna lose with his ass out. Boy, was I wrong. They called Mike Tyson out. Mike Tyson came to the ring like Joe Biden on his way to a helicopter, bitch. Looked like he was fighting gravity. But that's the new thing about the world we live in. You can take the pressure off yourself. Just do the best job you can possibly do. Because you either gonna win spectacular or you gonna lose spectacular. Your job is just make sure it's spectacular. And you can take a spectacular L. Kamala Harris showed us that shit. She took a L like a champ. We ain't never seen no shit like that. They tried to act like nobody voted for Kamala. They put up the map, the whole map was red. Even the people that voted for her was red. They showed her house, it was 50-50. It ain't but 2 of y'all in there. They tried to blame everybody. They blamed black men. It was not our fault. Blame anybody else. No Indians voted for her at all. Even women that wanted an abortion said, I guess I'll just have to figure something out. They said she didn't have enough electoral college votes to graduate. At one point in the election, Katt Williams had more votes. That's where we were as a country. Everybody asking the same question, is she black? Is she black? Is she black? At the end, she showed you exactly what she was. It was time for her concession speech. She ain't even show up.
That's a nigga right there. We should have never doubted it.
She just rolled by with her pinky finger in the air.
If you see me and you try to see what's up, you wanna fuck with me, then I'ma have 'em stuck.
But that's the best part about America. In America, it don't matter who you choose, because we all gonna pay the price together. That's what make it gambling. We're gonna pay the price together, no matter what it is. You don't want this one? Fine. Well, who's up next? That's right. Don't be complaining about who up next. Just because it happened to be Donald J. Darth Vader Trump.
I was just about to close my laptop. I really was. The screen was dimming, my hand was on the mouse, and I had already said good night to the room. But then I saw the title, Katt Williams on the Truth About Me, and I stopped. I stopped because Katt Williams is a man who has been called crazy, difficult, unpredictable. He has been arrested, canceled, mocked, misunderstood. He has been on top of the world and at the bottom of the bottle. And now he was going to tell the truth about himself. Not the truth that the tabloids tell, not the truth that the internet tells, not the truth that the gossip blogs tell. The truth. His truth. The one that only he knows. So I clicked. And now here I am, hours later, because this video took me on a journey I didn't know I needed. A journey through the soul of a man who has been battered by the world, but has refused to break. Let me tell you about it. Let me walk you through it. Every single minute of it. The video starts quietly. No music. No flashy graphics. Just Katt. He's sitting on a couch. Not a fancy couch. A comfortable couch. The kind you sink into. He's wearing a simple hoodie. No hat. No sunglasses. No jewelry. He looks different. Softer. More human. He's not looking at the camera. He's looking down at his hands. He's thinking. He's remembering. And then he starts talking. His voice is low, quiet. Not the voice he uses on stage. A private voice. A voice he doesn't share with the world very often. He says, I need to tell you the truth about me. Not the truth you think you know. Not the truth you read on the internet. Not the truth that people who hate me have created. The real truth. The truth that I've been carrying. The truth that I've been hiding. Because I'm tired. I'm tired of being misunderstood. I'm tired of being misrepresented. I'm tired of people thinking they know me when they don't have a clue. He pauses. He looks up. He's looking at the camera now. Right at me. Right at you. He says, I've been called crazy. I've been called difficult. I've been called a problem. And maybe I am. Maybe I am all of those things. But I'm not those things for no reason. I'm those things because I've been through things. Because I've seen things. Because I've survived things that would have broken most people. And I'm still here. I'm still standing. I'm still fighting. And that's not crazy. That's strong. That's resilient. That's human. He shifts on the couch. He pulls his knees up. He looks smaller, younger, more vulnerable. He says, I grew up poor. Not regular poor, poor. The kind of poor where you don't know if you're going to eat tomorrow. The kind of poor where your clothes don't fit and your shoes have holes. And you learn to be funny, because being funny is the only thing that keeps people from seeing how scared you are. I grew up in a house where the lights got turned off, where the phone got disconnected, where you learn to make a little bit of food feed a lot of people, and that changes you. That marks you. That leaves a scar that never fully heals. He leans forward. His voice gets softer, more intense. He says, I've been famous, I've been rich, I've had everything I ever dreamed of, and I've lost it. Not once, twice, 3 times. I've been at the top and I've been at the bottom, and I've learned that the top is not as high as you think, and the bottom is not as low as you fear. The top is lonely, the top is cold, the top is full of people who want something from you. And the bottom? The bottom is where you find out who you really are. The bottom is where you find out what you're made of. He pauses. He takes a breath. His eyes are wet. He says, I've been arrested. I've been to jail. I've been in courtrooms and hospitals and rehabs. I've been broke. I've been broken. I've been beaten. And I've gotten back up. Every time. Because that's what I do. That's what I've always done. I get back up. I keep going. I refuse to stay down. He looks at the camera. Straight into it. He says, the truth about me is that I'm not crazy. I'm not difficult. I'm not a problem. I'm a survivor. I'm a fighter. I'm a man who has been through hell and come out the other side. And I'm not ashamed of that. I'm proud of that, because surviving takes strength. Fighting takes courage. Getting back up takes everything you have. He leans back. He takes a breath. He says, I've made mistakes. I've hurt people. I've hurt myself. I've done things I'm not proud of. And I take responsibility for that. I own it. I don't blame anyone else. I don't make excuses. I made choices. Some were good. Some were bad. Some were terrible. But I learned from every single one. And I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to be better. He wipes his eyes. He doesn't hide it. He says, the truth about me is that I love my kids. More than anything. More than comedy. More than money. More than fame. My kids are everything to me. And everything I've done, every choice I've made, every sacrifice I've endured, has been for them. I want them to have the childhood I didn't have. I want them to know that they are loved. I want them to know that they matter. I want them to know that they can be anything they want to be. He takes a sip of water. He says, I've been called a lot of names. A lot of people have said a lot of things about me. Most of it isn't true. Most of it is made up. Most of it is designed to tear me down. And it hurts. It hurts to be misunderstood. It hurts to be misrepresented. It hurts to have people who don't know you judge you. But I've learned to let it go. I've learned that the people who matter know the truth. The people who love me know who I am. And the people who don't, they don't matter. They never did. He looks at the camera one more time. He says, so here's the truth about me. I'm a man, a flawed man, a broken man, a man who has made mistakes and is still trying to figure it out, a man who loves his kids and would do anything for them, a man who has been through the fire and come out the other side, a man who is still standing, still fighting, still hoping. That's the truth. That's the only truth that matters. He reaches out. His hand touches the camera. The video ends. And I'm just sitting here, in the dark, my living room, my blanket, my cold tea, my tired eyes, my wet cheeks, thinking about Katt Williams, about the man behind the jokes, about the survivor behind the controversies, about the father behind the fame. I think about what he said about growing up poor. That kind of poverty leaves marks. It leaves scars. It changes the way you see the world. It makes you grateful for things that other people take for granted. And it makes you fierce. It makes you determined to never go back. I think about what he said about the top and the bottom. The top is lonely. The bottom is where you find out who you really are. That's the truth. That's the wisdom that only comes from experience. Only someone who has been both places can understand that. Only someone who has lost everything can know what really matters. I think about his kids, his love for them, his desire to give them the childhood he didn't have. That's beautiful. That's redeeming. That's what keeps him going. That's what makes him get back up every time he falls. I think about the names he's been called, the judgments, the misunderstandings, the pain of being misrepresented. We've all felt that. We've all been judged by people who don't know us, and it hurts. But Katt has learned to let it go, to focus on the people who matter, to ignore the noise. That's wisdom. That's freedom. That's the video. That's the commentary. That's what I've been sitting with for the past however long. 30 minutes, maybe more. I lost track. Because this video made me think about things I hadn't thought about in years. About survival and resilience. About the top and the bottom. About the people who judge and the people who love. About the truth that only we know about ourselves. And now, I think I'll go to bed. But I won't sleep, not right away. I'll lie there, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Katt Williams, about his quiet voice and his wet eyes and his truth, about the man who has been through hell and come out the other side, about the father who loves his kids, about the survivor who refuses to give up. And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about my own truth, about the things I've been through, about the scars I carry, about the judgments I faced, about the people who love me and the people who don't, about the person I really am, beneath the masks and the performances. I'll try to be honest with myself, to own my mistakes, to learn from them, to keep going, to get back up, to survive, to fight, to hope, because that's what Katt taught me tonight. That's the truth. That's the only truth that matters. Good night. For real this time. No more scrolling. No more videos. Just me and the ceiling. And the memory of Katt Williams's quiet voice and his wet eyes and his truth. And the hope that somewhere, in a world full of judgment and misunderstanding, there are people who are telling their truth. People who are surviving. People who are fighting. People who are loving their kids. People who are getting back up. People who are free. I was just about to close my laptop. I really was. The screen was dimming, my hand was on the mouse, and I had already said goodnight to the room. But then I saw the title again. Katt Williams on the truth about me. A different video. A longer version. More stories. More pain. More honesty. And I couldn't walk away. Not from him. Not when he was opening up like this. Not when he was letting us see the man behind the myths. The person behind the headlines. The soul behind the controversies. So I pressed play. And now here I am, hours later, because this man has done it to me again. He's made me think. He's made me feel. He's made me look at my own life and ask myself what truths I've been hiding. Let me tell you about this one. Let me walk you through it. Every single minute of it. This video starts differently. No couch, no quiet room. Katt is walking down a street. A quiet street. Trees, houses, the sound of birds, the sound of his footsteps on the pavement. He's holding his phone, filming himself, and he's just talking. Like he's thinking out loud. Like he forgot anyone might ever see this. Like he's having a conversation with himself, and we're lucky enough to be listening. He says, I've been thinking a lot about the truth, about what it means to tell it, about what it costs to hide it, about what happens when you finally let it out. And I've realized that most people are walking around with truths buried so deep inside them that they've forgotten they're even there. They've been hiding for so long that they don't even know who they are anymore. And that's a tragedy. That's a tragedy because the truth is the only thing that can set you free. The truth is the only thing that can heal you. The truth is the only thing that can save you. He stops walking. He's standing in front of a house. A small house. Blue shutters. A porch. A swing. He looks at it for a long time. He just looks. And then he starts walking again. He says, I grew up in a house like that. Small. Humble. Full of secrets. My family had secrets. We all do. Every family has secrets. Things we don't talk about. Things we pretend didn't happen. Things we hide from the world and from each other. And those secrets, they fester. They grow. They poison everything. And by the time you're ready to face them, they've done so much damage that you don't know if you can ever repair it. He turns a corner. The street gets quieter. More trees. More birds. He says, I've had secrets. I've had things I didn't want anyone to know. Things I was ashamed of. Things I was afraid would ruin me if they ever came out. And I hid them. I buried them. I pretended they didn't exist. But they did exist. They were there, gnawing at me, keeping me up at night, making me feel like a fraud, making me feel like I didn't deserve the success I had, making me feel like I was one step away from being exposed. He stops. He's at a park now. A small park. A bench. A tree. A kid on a swing. He watches the kid for a moment. The kid doesn't know who he is. Doesn't care. Just swinging. Being a kid. Katt smiles. A soft smile. A remembering smile. He says, that kid doesn't have secrets yet. He doesn't have shame. He doesn't have fear. He just swings. He just lives. He just is. And that's beautiful. That's how we all start. And then the world gets to us. The world teaches us to be ashamed, to hide, to pretend, and we lose ourselves. We lose our truth. We lose our freedom. He starts walking again. The park is behind him now. The trees are getting taller. The houses are getting farther apart. He says, I've been in the spotlight for a long time. And the spotlight doesn't just show your successes. It shows your failures. It shows your mistakes. It shows your secrets. And people judge. They judge harshly. They judge without knowing the whole story. They judge without understanding the context. They judge without compassion. And that's hard. That's really hard. Because you want to explain. You want to defend yourself. You want to tell them that they don't know what you've been through. But sometimes it's better to stay quiet. Sometimes it's better to let them think what they want. Because you know the truth. And the truth is enough. He pauses. He looks at the camera. His eyes are wet. He doesn't wipe them. He says, the truth about me is that I've been through things that would break most people. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to explain. I'm saying that to give context. I'm saying that to ask for understanding. I've been abused. I've been betrayed. I've been used. I've been discarded. I've been lied about. I've been stolen from. I've been attacked. And I've survived. I've survived all of it. Not because I'm strong, because I had no choice. Because giving up wasn't an option. Because I had people who needed me. Because I had kids who were counting on me. Because I had a purpose that was bigger than my pain. He looks at the camera, straight into it. He says, I'm not asking for pity. I'm not asking for sympathy. I'm not asking for anyone to feel sorry for me. I'm asking for understanding. I'm asking for people to realize that there's more to me than what they see on the internet. I'm asking for people to realize that I'm human, that I make mistakes, that I have feelings, that I hurt, that I bleed, that I cry, just like everyone else. He looks up at the sky. He says, the truth about me is that I love comedy. I love making people laugh. I love the feeling of connecting with an audience. I love the moment when a joke lands and the whole room erupts. That's magic. That's healing. That's why I do this. Not for the money, not for the fame, not for the attention, for the connection. For the moment when we're all laughing together and nothing else matters. He looks back at the camera. He says, the truth about me is that I'm still learning. I'm still growing. I'm still trying to be better. I'm not the same person I was 10 years ago. I'm not the same person I was 5 years ago. I'm not even the same person I was last year. I'm evolving. I'm changing. I'm becoming. And that's what life is. That's what it's supposed to be. A journey, a process, a becoming. He reaches out. His hand touches the camera. The video ends. And I'm just sitting here, in the dark, my living room, my blanket, my cold tea, my tired eyes, my wet cheeks, thinking about Katt Williams, about the man behind the jokes, about the truths he's been hiding, about the secrets he's been carrying, about the pain he's been surviving. I think about what he said about secrets, about how they fester, about how they poison everything. That's true. We all have secrets. Things we're ashamed of. Things we're afraid will ruin us if they come out. And we hide them. We bury them. We pretend they don't exist. But they do exist. And they hurt us. They keep us up at night. They make us feel like frauds. They make us feel like we don't deserve love. I think about the kid on the swing. No secrets yet. No shame. No fear. Just swinging. Just living. Just being. That's how we all start. And then the world gets to us. The world teaches us to be ashamed, to hide, to pretend. And we lose ourselves. But we can find ourselves again. We can tell the truth. We can let go of the secrets. We can heal. I think about what he said about the spotlight. How it shows your failures as well as your successes. How people judge without knowing the whole story. That's hard. That's really hard. But Katt has learned that the truth is enough, that he doesn't need to defend himself to people who don't know him, that the people who matter know who he is, and the people who don't, they don't matter. I think about his love for comedy, the connection, the healing, the magic of making people laugh. That's why he does it. Not for the fame, not for the money, for the moment when nothing else matters, for the moment when we're all laughing together. That's beautiful. That's pure. That's real. That's the video. That's the commentary. That's what I've been sitting with for the past however long. 30 minutes, maybe more. I lost track. Because this video made me think about things I hadn't thought about in years. About secrets and shame. About survival and healing. About the truth that sets us free and the lies that keep us trapped. And now I think I'll go to bed. But I won't sleep. Not right away. I'll lie there, staring at the ceiling, thinking about Katt Williams. Walking down a quiet street. Talking about secrets. Talking about the kid on the swing. Talking about the spotlight. Talking about the truth. About the pain he's survived. About the healing he's found. And maybe, just maybe, I'll think about my own secrets. The things I've been hiding. The truths I've been afraid to tell. The shame I've been carrying. And I'll try to let them go. I'll try to tell the truth. I'll try to heal. I'll try to be free. I'll think about what he said, that the truth is the only thing that can set you free. And I'll try to believe that. I'll try to be real. I'll try to be honest. I'll try to be me. Good night. For real this time. No more scrolling. No more videos. Just me and the ceiling, and the memory of Katt Williams' quiet voice, and his wet eyes, and his truth. And the hope that somewhere, in a world full of secrets and shame, there are people who are telling the truth. People who are healing. People who are surviving. People who are free.